La-di-da-di-da. Yes, well, we've had a bit of a morning already. We ain't off. It's been no like major problems, anything like that. It's just that I've already been to where have I been so far? Let me think. What did I do? Oh, my first job, which was supposed to go to Lichfield, that was fucked. That was, the load was shot. So then we reverted back to the original, which was to go up to Unilever, which I did. Drop that off, pick them up, off to Lichfield, and I've just brought back a trailer with a shot load. So our day's going well today, and guess what? Yeah, each one of them's, shh, don't tell anybody, but they're Pringles. Ah well, never mind, these things happen when people aren't paying attention. I'm on my way up to Toothache now, but I'm contemplating, just bear with me a sec. I'm contemplating on whether to do this. What do you think? Do you reckon I ought to do? Yeah, if I, you know, get the voice recorder out and do a bit of a DEV for you guys. It's not POV, it's fucking DEV, right? Driver's eye view, not fucking point of view, because that could mean anything. And trust me, all it reminds me of is porn, and I don't know why, but hey, whatever. So yeah, I could do that. I mean, hopefully my voice recorder will last. There's how much charge in the battery. I think I've got a spare one anyway, so just in case. But so yes, that was my idea, was to go from here. It's not looking too bad. So you know, it's one of those things. You see, I've got a bit of a dilemma. You know, I mean, do I, you know, hook it all up, get myself all fettled and what have you, and interfered with, and do a bit of a driver's eye view for you guys. I mean, I could do. I don't have to, you know. I mean, it's just the, you know, the thought that, you know, you guys really do deserve a driver's eye view. I think, to be fair, I mean, you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Oh, come on, stupid fucking thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is it that we was only born with 2 arms and 2 hands? Why couldn't we have fucking 4? Hey, like a fucking octopuddle. We could have had 8. I mean, so much easier. I mean, you could do all sorts of shit if you had 2 sets of arms, couldn't you? You know what I mean? If you had, like, fucking 2 and 2, that'd be great, wouldn't it? God grief. You could drive down the road, pick your nose and scratch your arse at the same time. It wouldn't make no difference. Well, you could drive down the road, you could have the phone in your ear hole, it wouldn't make a difference because you've got 2 hands on the wheel. But that's just my thoughts, that is. You know, I mean, don't get taken that to light, that is. That's just me being daft. But hey, whatever. It's just a thought. So, I mean, what do you reckon? Shall I do this? Shall I? Yeah. Look like a complete tool for about an hour, whatever it'll be. Just come on, you little spozzock. What we have to? So I'm just fiddling. I know that there's a few that do like these. I mean, I don't mind it. It's just that after a while. Right, this fucking thing, it starts to hurt. Yeah, it does. It starts to hurt. And then when it starts to hurt, it sort of gets uncomfortable and painful and whatever. What do you reckon? Is that going to have enough charge in there, do you think, for an hour? Might do. Will you have enough charge in you for an hour? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? Battery's full, so, I mean... It's not a very good battery, see, it doesn't last very long. So I am going to muck up my do just for you. Alright. See? These are the fucking things I do for you a lot. So anyway, well, now that I'm all fucking cocktified, I'm going to shoot off now and get myself done. I'm still recording. Well, that don't make fucking sense. Really? I don't know. I just don't know. Right then, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and I'm going to go and drive down the road looking like a complete bellend. Just for you lot. Right then. I think we're alright. It's just you watch. Every fucking time. Can we there? Back in a sec. Right, I'm going. That's it, that's me done. And I will, yeah, probably speak to you some other time. Might be tomorrow. Might be later on, just depends. Have fun. See you later. Bye. Oh dear. Blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna pull up here just for a second. Just for a titty second. Right here. Just here. Just here. For about fucking 10 seconds. What then? Shall we go? Come on then. Let's go for a little drive. Just up the road here. It'll only take about 50 minutes. Oh, bully. Ah, it's Elmo. I always do that to me, those. Oh, fucking hell. Every time Elmo comes here, it makes me cough. What do you mean? Shut up. Yes, we're on our way to Utah City. Like I say, it's only up the road, it ain't far. I just thought I'd give you a driver's eye view. Yes, a DEV, not a fucking POV. It's a DEV, driver's eye view of me toddling myself off up the road here. And you'll see what I see, like normal, when it comes to doing these type of videos for you guys. And I just hope that I don't get a blinding headache, which will match my blinding toothache. Great, yes, wonderful, great magic. I have got toothache. Just what the doctor ordered. Oh yes, perfect. Puts a smile on your face every single time. When the kiddies get one, they are absolutely awesome. They love them, they think they're the best thing in the world. It's like giving them a Christmas present, and then some. I am taking the piss, by the way. Sarcasm is my form of wit. La 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 la. Look at that, they're already changing. I haven't got round the fucking corner yet. Oh dear. How crap is that? Here we go, driving down the street. It's a shitty day again, but it don't really make no sense. Oh man. Yes, talk about toothache. It's a weird one, right? Now, I'm on your fucking truck, dear, you piss flap. Oh, I tell you what, sometimes it just absolutely boggles the brain. It really does. Anywho, yes, toothache. It's a weird one, actually. It's not like as in, you know, when you have something to eat or you have something sweet, it's like, oh, motherfucker. Now, this is a weird one, this one is, right? If there's anybody out there who's a dentist watching my videos, which I pretty much doubt it, but hey, whatever, you can always ask the question, can't you? The problem I'm having is that heat... Can I go? Yeah. Heat and pressure. That's the issue I'm having. Heat and pressure, which is extremely weird. Now, the only thing I can think of that could be causing that is maybe it's either an abscess or it's infected or something like that. But it's the tooth that's always been giving me jip. I've had it done and I've had it done to death, right? I mean, even the last time the girl who did it, like, she was awesome, brilliant. It took a while for it to settle down. It settled down. It was great. I've been able to eat this, have that, chew on that. Don't make a difference. And all of a sudden, this week, it's as if it's gone straight back to normal again. Pain, pressure, heat. But I mean, cold doesn't affect it. I don't get it. I can eat chocolate. Sweet stuff doesn't affect it. I just don't get it. I'm confused. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and pluck up as much courage as I possibly can and have the bugger took out. See, I was offered that option before, but the problem is that I chickened out. I mean, I don't mind going to my dentist because I've been going there now since I fixed my teeth last time, and I've been going every checkup, like, you know, and getting myself sorted. And you get used to it. I mean, yes, if I have to have a filling, they stick the needle in and jobs, and I'm like, I don't like it, still don't like it, like, you know what I mean? But hey, whatever, you know, you just get on with it, don't you? You do your best. But now I've got to go, well, I say now, when they said you go to the hospital and have it done, they do, what do they use? They use gas or something, and I'm like, well, I don't get that. To me, that the logic has just gone straight out the window, right? Because I'm thinking, how on earth can gas numb my gob? Right? It might numb my lungs, but I mean, how's it going to do me gums? That ain't going to work. No, and that's what put me off, you see, because I'm thinking a needle with stuff in it, like is it Novocaine? That's what they use, isn't it? Wouldn't be lidocaine, that would be something completely different. But I think it's Novocaine they use. Either way, put it this way, one numbs you, one kills you. I want to stick with Novocaine. Anyway, so there's stuff that in your gum, which then numbs the gum, and which is where you're being fettled with. But if you're being gassed, how does that numb your gums? I mean, I'm unless it puts you out and you're like, and you're snoring your bollocks off while you're being faffed about with. I mean, then I understand that, but that's what put me off. And I'm like, the logic doesn't suit me. I just don't get that. I really don't get it. I mean, yeah, I understand laughing gas and a bit of nitrous. I mean, makes your car go fast. I mean, I know that much, but as in actually numbing your face so enough to be able to be tugged and pulled at or frigging, you know, stabbed and drilled at. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't compute with me. I'm sorry, but it just don't. Well, I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and go for it, I think. I really am. I'm going to have to do it. So I've got to make myself an appointment to my dentist and go, can you fix me gob? It's broke. It's just busted. It's done. It's had enough. It's quit. So yeah, that's my dilemma. It's not fun, really. I mean, what I've been doing, right? You're gonna love this. I've been chewing on a pen top, right? Yeah, I've got this bit here. Look, I've been chewing on that bit there. Just not so much chewing. I'm just like biting down really hard, and the fucking pain is like nuts. But when I bite down real hard and just keep my jaw clamped on it, then when I finally do release, it's not as painful then, and I can actually talk without it hurting, if you like. I know it's hard, I know, it's just weird. I am weird though, I'm always weird. I'm just fucking weird all round. I am just weird all round, yes. Oh, by the way, you're going to love this one, right? I changing the subject a bit. When I said the other day about me being 14 stone, right? Which I was. I jumped on the scales and I was 14. It scared the crap out of me. It's like, you fucking, what are you like? And I got on the scales this morning expecting to be over 14 stone. I really did, honestly. But I must have had a 4 pound shit because I was, no, sorry, a 3 pound shit because I was 13 stone 11. It was great. Absolutely fantastic. I was well in, I was chuffed to fuck with that. So I'm going to keep this up. And if I have another shit that's about 3 pound, I'll be well on the way. It'll be fucking awesome. See you, Divvy? Fucking stinky, smelly bastard. But yeah. So I'm now 13-11 again now. So that was good news. But then again, after what I had yesterday to eat, because I was just, yeah, I was in one of those. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't. I think I need a checkup from the neck up. I think, honestly. I'm off me rocker. I really am. I am off me rocker. Oh yes, I is. Take advantage. I would get past you, dude, but you kind person, you. I'd give you a big fat kiss. Now that is the kind of cyclist I like. See, smart bloke, he sees the road, he sees the difficulty, he sees what's behind him, and he goes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get on the footpath to get out of his way. Now why can't they all do that? I mean, that's just the fucking tits, that is. That guy there needs a fucking Blue Peter badge. Fuck it, let's put a bonus in there, he'll have a cabbage cream egg as well. Absolutely. That's just totally changed my mind, that has, compared to cyclists now, that has. It just proves a point that not all cyclists are bellends. Yeah. Hey, I'm only being honest. I'm speaking my mind. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, fucking turn off, that's all I'll say. Anywho, so yeah, that happened. I'm fucking dumbfounded now, aren't I? Whatever. Let's just carry on with this little tootle down here, shall we? Let's just get on with it, and that's the end of it. At the moment, we are traversing sort of the Hensfordish way, I think. I don't know what this road is, so don't bother asking me. It's just a road, right, that leads to Rudgley. I don't need to know the name of it, I know where I'm going. So I always look at it like that, though. Right. Oh, I'll tell you what, when we had our parks back in our day, they were like that. No, they really weren't. But trust me, they were still just as much fun. Every time I drive past this bit here on the left, we got these little truck things. I'm looking at it and thinking, well, that one's got its full body on. Why can't they replace that one? I mean, it does look like a fucking eyesore. Is it part of the complex of whatever it is? You know, is it an old folks home? Is it some sort of private residence? I don't fucking know. But if you're going to put something like that, and one's rotten and fell apart, and one's almost rotten and fell apart, I mean, you would have thought that there would at least constructed something a little bit more sustaining. You know what I mean? It will last longer. Oh, anyway, anybody got up this morning and felt rather snug and warm? I know I did. When I got out of bed, I was like, do you know what? It's not very cold. It's reasonably warm here. This is nice. And I walked outside thinking, it seems rather mild. And as the day has progressed, it has got even worse. I'm not kidding you. It is now 12 degrees. I was faffing with one of the trailers at Tesco's, and I'm just fucking. I ain't interested. I don't care. I don't care. You can bing and ding all day. I don't give a shit. And I'm like, I'm sweating my cobblers off. Absolutely sweating my cobblers off. End of. And I'm like, why am I sweating? It's bloody winter. When I finally looked at the dashboard and took note of what the temperature was, it's 12 degrees. We're in double figures. It's the 7th of December, 2016, and we're in double figures. Hey, I mean, you know me, I'm not one for complaining when it comes to this. I'm just hoping this trend continues. I would prefer it if it dried up a bit though, because at the end of the day it is looking a bit damp, which is no good for anybody, unless you're with your girl. But hey, I mean, that's just, you know, me speaking. I'm just saying, you know, just putting it out there. But as far as the weather is, it is definitely a bit of a strange one, which always puts me back to the theory, right? And it is only my theory that there is a mad scientist out there who has constructed a weather machine. My foundation for this has been strengthened via the fact that back in 1954 in the UK, some scientists were trying to create weather to fight the war, like basically to make rain clouds so that the rain was so heavy that it disrupted the enemy's, you know, attack, if you like. I don't fucking know, but whatever it was. And yeah, so to say that scientists haven't been trying to manipulate weather is a bit, you know, it's like, well, do you know what? They probably have. But what I don't get is why they keep fucking shoving rain all over the UK when, to be honest with you, can't they send it over to Africa? Wouldn't they need it better? Well, they'd love the fucking shit, they would, wouldn't they? Send it over there. Somewhere where there's never any rain, hardly, send it there. That would make sense. We get enough as it is. We don't need any more. Anywhere there's a drought, you go, send the cloud over there, piss down on them. Brilliant. That's the way to go. That's the future, if you ask me. That's the be all and end all. That if you could manipulate the weather systems like that, well, that would then mean we would be classed as seriously smart people, wouldn't we? Oh yeah, seriously smart. If you can manipulate the weather like that. Well, if you can manipulate the weather like that, though, right? What you could do. Dare I say this, though? I mean, this is just. You see, I'm thinking as a deterrent sort of thing, like a weapon, if you like. Oh man, I don't want to put any ideas in people's heads. That's the problem. They probably already thought of it anyway, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? They could create lightning storms and use that as a deterrent. I think personally, I'd rather have that than the possibility of nuclear bombs fucking hovering over our heads now. But imagine having been able to create a supercell, and you was able to fire off lightning bolts to whenever you wanted. That's how much of the control over the weather you would have. Wouldn't that be great? But then after that, though, if you could actually do that, though, right? Yeah, my fucking head's going again, look, yeah. If you could control the weather to that kind of degree, then surely there would never be anything like monsoons, typhoons, tornadoes. There'd be none of that shit because it wouldn't even be able to form because we would have the control of it. So we'd be able to sort of like drive the weather to how we would like it, so it's balanced a lot more than what it is now. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's just a thought. I'm just throwing it out there. But anyway, other than that, I'm quite happy that it's 12 degrees and it's not fucking -2 like it was the other day, or even -5. I don't like that. It's too cold. I mean, yesterday it was like around about 5 or 6 degrees yesterday, and I was out in it all day. I was fucking freezing, absolutely froze to the bone. But I got on with it, you know, as you do. You get on with it, and then you know, you just get home and you warm through, and everything's fine, and you ain't got to worry about it too much, have you? So, jobs are good. But today, like I say, it's just like flip-flopped. It's gone from freezing cold to warm. It's like, this is why I am convinced there's definitely got to be some sort of madman fucking about with the weather. But he must be a depressed individual, though. That's all I can say. Because if he keeps on thinking about miserable, drizzly, and wet and rain all the time, he's obviously, you know, he needs to have either he needs a slap or a blowjob or something. Because at the end of the day, he needs to cheer up. The fucker does. He wants to bring the sunshine back instead. I don't care which, but either way. Just because he's fed up, why the fuck should everybody else be? Yeah, I don't get that. I really don't. So far, so good. I was watching a couple of bits and bobs on the old YouTube as I normally do. That's still there. I was there fucking 3 days ago. I was watching YouTube and bits and bobs as I normally do, and I come across some guy who's apparently had interviewed people from Area 51 and different locations in the site and whatever. He was coming up with all these this information that he gleaned from the reports and whatever, and his investigation and into UFOs and aliens and all that sort of shit. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we fucking go. And I'll be honest with you, he did actually come up with a couple of reasonable theories and with his investigation. The fact that I can't think of his name now. I think it might be David something. I don't fucking. Either way, he says that these crafts that have been seen, right? These are the ones, the lights or the triangle shaped or whichever, right? He says when you look at them closely, if you ever get a chance to, you'll find that they're all man-made. And he got these models of these so-called ships. He said, look, he said, realistically, he says, yes, there may have been, as we've found out, this thing, the UFO sightings, but what the so-called government does is they'll send up a bunch of their own reversed engineered alien spacecraft, if you like, as like a bit of a decoy to cover up the real alien sight of whatever happens in the skies. And I'm like, well, your theory sounds okay to a point, but then you go all wonky when you say that yes, there may have been an alien. I'm like, oh, come on. Can't you just stick to it and say, look, they're creating this technology for flying saucers of some sort that's man-made. They've cracked the anti-gravity propulsion shit, but they're keeping it all under wraps, blah, for whatever reason. Who the fuck cares? I've got an iPhone. I don't give a shit, like, you know what I mean? So I don't get it. I mean, it's all man-made crap. They're just testing stuff. I mean, like he said, with his opinion was about they send these crafts up to see what the public and how the media will respond to it and what have you. And to be honest with you, they respond exactly how they'd expect. It's either the class it as a UFO or some sort of unidentified flying object or an alien, right? I mean, but they don't turn and say, oh, the military's just built a new plane. They just think it's an anomaly. They don't understand what it is, which is working in their favour. I mean, you know what I mean? But hey, you know where I stand when it comes to aliens and shit like that. Yes, they might exist in the universe, but to think that they flew all that way just to inspect our clouds, and I'll keep saying it, they ain't gonna do it. It's just not on. Now, what fun would that be? I can imagine you got an alien family, right? There they are. They're on some sort of planet called fucking Google Nang Chung Wang Li Yong Wang Ik. Right, that's the name of their planet, right? And it's about 1,000 light years away from us. But they've got this superior technology. They're just absolutely eons in front of us. And then mum and dad aliens say to the kiddies, go, which is translated, would you want to go on holiday to Earth? And then obviously they reply going, that's how aliens speak, by the way. And they'll turn around and say, yeah, mum and dad, we'd love to go and visit Earth. We're going to go and fly around the clouds again. I mean, really? Is that the destination? In 1,000 freaking light years, we're going to fly around the clouds again? Dad, can't we at least go and land on the ground? Oh, no, we can't do that. Why not? Because they might cut us up and never look inside us. But we are superior to them. You know, we could literally look at them and they'd just freeze on the spot. You know what I mean? We could basically go, you go fuck off. And they'd turn around and go away. You know what I mean? So why are we worried about it? We have got weapons on our ship that if we pressed a button, they just turn into goop. I mean, what are you worried about? See my point? That was my story of mum and dad and alien family. What? I mean, come on. Yes, they might be out there. I've got no arguments with that whatsoever. But, yeah, whatever you see in the skies, if it's a glowing light or it's a virtually silent triangular craft going humming across the... I mean, it's man-made. It's simple as. Because it wouldn't make any bloody sense just to go flying around the clouds. Get off with you. And also, right, I'm going to put a stop to it right now. When they show you these ancient artifacts that look alienish, right, has nobody ever fucking considered the fact that they might have had a Van Gogh back in them days, right? Look at the shit that he come up with. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who think that that's art, right? Each to their own art, that's what I say. As far as I'm concerned, I'm like, well, I could do that. Why is it so fucking great? I don't get it. But anyway, right, I ain't going to take nothing away from the guy. I mean, he died and he got one ear missing. I mean, he obviously wasn't fucking right in the head straight away. That's a fucking giveaway, innit? I mean, look at the fucking state of his pictures, for shit's sake. They're fucked. But hey, whatever. But then again, you can look at the well, what would you call it? The drip splash of fucking Pollock's paintings. I mean, I've got to admit, right, I'm not a fan of the Van Gogh stuff, but as the Pollock stuff, I like that. I don't know why. It just looks, well, crazy. It just does. But it's also strangely appealing too. But see what I mean? Like, you've got, everybody has their own taste, don't they? Whatever. But hey, that's just me. Just ignore me. Just take a notice. Right? But when it comes to finding artifacts from however fucking long ago, and you've got like maybe a picture or a carving of some sort, and you've got an oblong head or whatever, I'm like, really? So you really think that we're the only culture that's come up with abstract shit? Are you off your head? Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things, right? Everybody out there will have an opinion, which is what makes it so much fun. If you don't like it, well, tough. Not a lot you can do about it. It's as if you've just been shot dead by somebody's opinion, is it? It's like, well, I don't like your opinion. Well, that's your opinion if you don't like my opinion. You know what I mean? Who cares? I don't care. It ain't exactly fucking knocked you off your feet, has it? It's like, oh, your opinion. Oh, fucking, that was a great low blow, your opinion, wasn't it? What? Really? Your opinion has offended me. What? How does that work? How on earth does that work? I'm confused now. Anywho. Yes, I was also watching this little bit of a clip. I got to the point where once he started talking, this guy on this particular channel, I'm trying to look at it, but then there's an image. What it was, right? This. Let me just stop. This rock, apparently, encased in it, is an ancient microchip. Okay. Yes, I was sceptical too. I still am now, to be honest with you. But once they started, well, the guy starts talking, and then overlaying an image of a microchip over the top of it, was starting to get on my nerves. He'd be talking about it, you'd see the original image, and there'd be a photograph that'd be overlaid on top of it, then it'd be taken off and put on, and I'm like, you're doing me heady now. Can you stop that? We get the idea what a fucking a microchip looks like. We get the idea. We know. Stop doing it. And he kept on. And then he was going on about something else, and I lost interest in. I was like, dude, another one of these type of people who put this shit out here that don't really think about it, and either I'm just too stupid or I'm just not smart enough to understand what rubbish you're spouting, or you're just spouting rubbish. You know what I mean? But apparently, as the bit that I gleaned, this rock is about 250 million years old, and it's got what looks like a computer chip in it. Right? Yes, a computer chip. Now, for me, right, if it was a possibility, right, and like I say, it's 200. This rock apparently there's some of the elements, but he did say that you can't date a rock. But again, I mean, when that statement was made, you can't really date a rock. I'm like, I'm confused now. You can't date a rock? Yeah, you can. I'm sure scientists have done that by now. I'm almost sure they have. I mean, how would they know that there's certain, what's the name? There's a place in Australia that's got remnants of the Earth from fucking 4.5 billion years ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it's got a lot of ions in there and this, that, and the other, but they've dated it, and it's part of a rock. So I don't know. That statement sort of baffled me in ways that I just couldn't even fucking think. Couldn't date the rock. So, but do you reckon it's 250 million years old? Oh, because we've tested the stuff that's on the rock. Oh, now you're just talking fucking garbage, and I just turned it off. But right, let's rewind the statement anyway, right, and think to yourself, well, if this chip, so-called computer chip, one, how the fuck do you know it's a computer chip? 250 million years old, how do you know? Right? It might resemble something like a chip that we use today, or it might have some sort of structure that could be, but you don't know for sure, right? As soft as it sounds, there are crystals that can form in certain shapes and sizes and what have you, right? When you look at today's circuitry and CPUs, the silicas that are actually, you know, manipulated to make the circuitry inside a computer chip, right? They're crystals, basically. It's like a crystallated silica, it's like a crystallated whatever. And it's been manipulated to do what it does. But there's bound to be a certain point in the history of the planet that natural occurring shapes that do look man-made, but they're not. You've only got to look at salt crystals, for crying out loud. They can come in perfect square cubes and blocks with right angles and stuff like that, because it's the what they call it, the geometric design of their structure, their molecules, the way that they form together. So, you know, to think that it's a fucking alien's computer chip, I'm like, how do you know? You don't fucking know. You can't plug the fucker in and find out what it's got on there. You don't know. And then you could also revert back to the other side of things, whereas my theory of that our civilization, well, if it is the only ever one that's been sentient in the few thousand years that we've been around, that's fucking damn bad luck. But to think that dinosaurs have been gone, like I've mentioned before, 66 million years they've been done, end of, but they was roaming 200 odd million years ago. So in that respect, so in other words, it was a fucking dinosaur that made the computer chip. Wow, was they that smart? Fucking hell. I mean, how the hell did Tyrannosaurus Rex do that with them dinky little arms he's got? That's just wrong. How does that work? But if you go back even further, who's to say that there wasn't some sort of intelligence before us and then they got wiped out? I mean, we don't know. We just don't know. But you know, that finding a computer chip, so-called microchip, computer chip, whatever, inside a rock, well, who's to say, right, who's to say that could have been part of a time machine, right? Somebody from the future made a time machine and went back in the past to go and have a look at the dinosaurs, because if you think about it, 250 million years ago they were quite happily chomping on each other and a few plants and trees, you know what I mean? So they were about. So who's to say that is not possible? That maybe there was out there to go and, you know, answer the ultimate question of the dinosaurs, properly go and observe them, and some sort of catastrophe happened, and, you know, they weren't able to get back, and maybe they might have had a protocol which states that they terminate themselves so they don't distort any kind of timeline or some sort. I don't know. I mean, you've got to think of these things, haven't you? But with that kind of time, and they could have ended up being fucking dinosaur poo. I mean, you never know, do you? Because if they got hunted and scoffed, that's what ends up, you know, when you get chewed on by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, you're done. You end up being, you know, dinosaur poo. Fertilizer. Oh dear, I know. But the point is, right, is that we just don't know. And when things like this come onto YouTube, because honestly, you've got to admit, YouTube is a fun and fascinating and fully entertaining system, isn't it? Really, you know, from what it was to what it is now, it's done some. It's brilliant. It's got all sorts of crap on there. It really has. But anyway, to think that it's a microchip, yeah, okay, so be it. If it was a microchip, I'll be looking for the USB port. I would be. You know, it's got to be there, isn't it, somewhere. You might have to like touch it in a certain position and like open up a little, you know, invisible door. I don't fucking know. Then again, some people think we're living in the fucking Matrix. This is not real. Yep. Even me with a decision to now wipe my screen because the screen's getting looking a bit dirty. You know what I mean? That there is all programmed. I think I've decided to do it, but realistically it was just a program. Yeah, right. I know the PS4 and the PS4 Pro are quite powerful, but they would not be able to render this shit. Now, your CGI systems in films, that's a different fucking monster altogether, that is. That technology is the tits, which is only limited to that certain point in the film. It wouldn't be able to create this complete fucking whole world for everybody to sit on it. It'd have to be one of them times about 1 million, if not more. But then again, to do that would require a shitload of energy. Fuck, we are in the Matrix, we're all in those little pods, ain't we? With batteries! Oh no! I've got tubes coming out my ass! Fuck! Oh well. Shit happened. Not the tube at your arse, it won't. Oh, good grief. But you know what I mean though, don't you? Right? So, you have to look at certain things and never ever, right, never take it as face value, right? When somebody tells you that the earth is flat, you look at them and go, okay. And then you just quietly walk away. When somebody turns around and tells you the earth is hollow, again it's okay, and you quietly walk away. But you know, they're entitled to their thoughts and their opinions on the matter. But yeah, you know how I feel about that shit. It's like, don't be stupid. But you know, whatever. These things happen. Ooh. What's all this now? What's going on? Now, was there any roadworks around here earlier? Well, the other day, should I say? Unless we're following a tractor. We may be following a tractor. Oh yes, a tractor. We might be following a tractor. Driving through the countryside, admiring the view. It does look very, though, doesn't it? It's not great. What is all this shit now? It's got to be a tractor, ain't it? It's got to be. It's got to be a tractor. It has got to be a tractor. Oh yes it has. It's got to be a tractor. Oh yes it has. We're going now. That's because the tractor's going down the fucking hill probably. Ah, maybe. The sun is trying to poke through, look. Isn't that wonderful? The sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out to play. If any of you lot have got Smule Sing, I recommend you join if you haven't. And you can always then add me on there, because I do my singy bit on the weekends whenever I can, depending on how my voice is playing. But, I had to go at doing another adaptation of In Excess, I Need You Tonight, I think it's called. You know that one, ding, 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 ding. Yes. So it's pretty cool, I think. It's a lot of fun. See, when I do this small karaoke thing, yeah, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I do like it, and I have a lot of fun doing it. But I don't like to take it too seriously. So if I can add a little bit of nuance, let's say, to a song, as in me performing like a fucking idiot, then I will do that quite happily. I don't care. I'm not doing smule. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like to have some good kit to sing. Well, at least, you know, half decent. As you'll see, my microphone and stand and what have you. I know I'm a bit of a pose when it comes to that kind of shit. Like, but I have no desire to be a fucking pop star, right? That's just not going to happen. I know that, and most people who hear me singing will know that too. For one, I'm too fucking old. Two, my voice is not stable enough. And and three, it'd just ruin it, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love singing, I really do. But I think to do it as a job, I don't know, would I do it as a job? Would it work? But here's the thing, right? I ain't a songwriter. And I don't play an instrument, so I'm buggered either way. So, I mean, I can sing other people's shit, like, you know what I mean? After listening to it a dozen times, if not more. But I ain't no songwriter. But I do like to sing, so I do like karaoke. Karaoke's a lot of fun. But I like to, you know, have fun with it. Hence my Christmas song I've done, a couple of them like, and my In Excess rendition of I Need You Tonight. But I mean, you know, I have to put a little bit of flair to it, even if it's just a titty bit. Meh. It's a little bit slippy round here. Oh yes, it's a little bit slippy. Does anybody have any idea what the fuck that is? I've got the word minotaur in my head, but I don't know if that's right or not. I think that's what it is. Supposed to be. Half man, half horse. But in theory though, right, it's not half man, half horse, is it, realistically? It's half man, 3/4 horse. Because it's only the horse's neck and head that's missing, which is then the male's midsection and up is put on. So it is sort of half a man, if you like, but nowhere near half a horse. It's more like fucking 3/4, isn't it? Hey, look, I'm only stating a fucking fact. It's a biological fact as well, if you like. Come on, traffic lights, could you please change? I don't know what they're doing here. They're faffing with something. I don't know what that. Here we go. But I've come past here the other day, and I'm sure that one of these poles had been pulled down for whatever reason. Yes, we're just driving past the bowl. I tell you what, sometimes. Well, that is it. Ladles and jelly spoons, that is it. We are here. We're done. End of. No more to say. Just get on with it. Take the notice. The sun is now shining nicely. And I can go then, can't I? I'm going to do my bit. Well, yeah, that's it then. I've talked to you here all off about all sorts of bollocks. Now it's time for you to get your head out your head and watch something different. I'll speak to you a lot later. Have a good day. Toodle pip and all that. Go on then. Off you pop. Pop, poppity poppins.